Welcome back. 6-seed Louisville and the 3-seed Michigan State in the East region.
Jeremy Fears throws it up to Cohen Carr. Alley-oop. Spartans up 7. It's 40-33. Louisville trying to hang around. Ali Khalifa in the corner. Louisville made 13 threes in the game, but it was not enough because Michigan State was cooking. Jackson Kohler, he had 10 points. Spartans up 63-50, and then it's Fears again. Another alley-oop. This one to Carson Cooper. 16 assists for Jeremy Fears. Michigan State wins it 77-69.
Izzo, 17th Sweet 16 appearance. We will talk about Fears and the history in a moment. He was with Allie as well as his head coach after the win.
Just because it's 28 in a row doesn't mean it's any less stressful, does it?
I told you it wouldn't be. You know, we actually played so well. We just had some foolish turnovers. Our bigs weren't very good early. I think everybody was a little nervous. You know, I hate to say that, but we made some bonehead plays turning the ball over, and yet we did a lot of good things, and I'm just happy we won.
The core four was obviously huge. They always are, but your bench was just outstanding. I mean, when you look at the full effort of this, you got to be impressed.
Yeah, I thought Trey did a hell of a job coming in, you know, and our bench did do a good job, and that's what it's about, strength in numbers.
That's exactly right. And this guy, Mr. Fears, 15 assists. You've been doing it all year. What about this system and these teammates allow you to give it up the way you are so blessed at doing?
This point guard university, you know, coach says to me, he had great point guards before me, you know, I'm just trying to keep it going. But overall, you know, it's my teammates. You know, teammates, they making the shots, they doing the hard part, I'm just getting them the ball.
Okay, so Fears passes Magic Johnson for most assists in an NCAA tournament game in Michigan State history with 16. Just an all-time performance. By the way, in case you're wondering, Chris.
I wasn't wondering, but okay, keep going.
The all-time record for any school in the Big Dance. Marquise Noel in Sweet 16.
Oh, that's why you're bringing it up.
Had 19 assists against Michigan State. That's why this one really ties
Where did he
together.
go to school?
He went to Kansas State.
Oh, okay, that's why we're doing
Beat Michigan State in overtime in the Sweet 16 at the Garden in 2023. Had 19 assists.
Nice purple tie.
Against Sparty. So with that, great performance by Fears. Good win for Michigan State, Chris.
Hey, listen, you love patting yourself on the back when it comes to K-State, right?
Who did I learn patting myself on the back from?
Jon Rothstein sits in this seat. But you know what? Yeah, Michigan State, you know what's funny? Carr is very athletic. Fears is a prototypical point guard. Where's the excitement in that program? Like, you don't see that big-time freshman everyone's talking about, that big-time athlete, yet they're consistent. You don't want to play against them. You know what I mean? Like, it's like going to the dentist. You know you need it, but at the end of the day, Michigan State is just a mark of consistency. Tom Izzo, this is a very dangerous team. And, again, Jeremy Fears, a lot of talk about what happened for him this year and the trouble he got into. I'm telling you right now, he's a tough customer. That's something you don't want to deal with. He's like a little honey badger. Like, and he's one of those guys, I'm telling you right now, he is elite at passing the basketball. He makes them better. So forget about whatever in some ways, they're the land of misfit toys. He changes all of that with his ability to distribute the basketball. And that's why, along with Tom Izzo and his ability to win in March, I think this team is very dangerous.
You know, when Fears is not doing any, tomfoolery, kicking people between their legs and stuff like that, he can be a really good player. But I want to talk, but they do it by committee. That's what I like about Michigan State. Like, they don't have like those top recruits coming out, and they have those one and done guys. These guys stay from start to finish, and obviously they reach out to the portal, but they do it well. But I want to talk about Jackson Kohler. You know, he had a pedestrian night, but he's such a calming effect on the team. On the offensive end, he'll get the ball in the post, and he'll make the hockey assist. And for those of you guys who don't know what the hockey assist is the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the three-point shot or the made basket. So he's very calming. It's good when you have a senior that can do that on your team. He's been there, done that before, but I like what this young man's doing, even though his numbers aren't out of this world.
We watched Braden Smith yesterday at Purdue become the NCAA's all-time assist leader at the Division I men's level. But Braden Smith did not lead the nation in assists this season, not even the Big Ten. It was Jeremy Fears. He did both of those things. So in this particular season, Jeremy Fears has been arguably the best point guard in the Big Ten, if not the country. And I'm just glad that we are back to talking about him as a basketball player, because we did get to that point middle of the season, and he brought it on himself. But we were questioning everything he was doing unnecessarily. It just distracts from everything. You could see his coach, Tom Izzo, getting fed up with it, but that seems to now be under control. And what we're watching now is the next great Michigan State point guard.
Side note, Cohen Carr in the win, 21 points, 8 of 13, 10 rebounds. Another double-double for him. Both teams sat at the podium after the game, starting with head coach Tom Izzo.
We made some mistakes. We turned the damn ball over too much. I don't know, what did we end up with? 15. That's on all of us, including me. I should have called the timeout when Jeremy was trapped. So that one was on me. So the good news is you're in good company. We all screwed up a little bit. But to be honest with you, you guys, what you've done for me, bringing back a feeling of the right way to do it. You guys battled all year. You hung together all year. And we get to go to Washington, D.C. again and get back to the Sweet 16 where this program belongs.
What is your favorite thing about passing? And Cohen, what's your favorite thing about dunking?
I'll say my favorite thing about passing is seeing my teammates, score, and the joy and the excitement it brings them. Like, if they're happy, I'm happy. So just to see somebody get a dunk or somebody hit a three, and they hyped, I'm hyped with them. So it's just like a great feeling, seeing somebody else be successful.
For me, I would say the energy it brings to everybody. The crowd, the little kids, the band section, the coaches, the bench, just everybody. It's kind of. It's for me, but also it's for everybody else. I like to see the gym have energy, and that's why I try to bring every time.
We're well aware at the University of Louisville what the standard is in our city for our program. And, losing at this round in this game is not the standard, and we understand that. But these guys have a whole bunch to be proud of. We haven't advanced in the tournament in this tradition-rich, one of the best brands in college basketball in the last 8 or 9 years, and this team did that tonight. And that's something they did this over this weekend, and that's something that they should be very, very proud of.
Just to sum up, my career is just blessed. All the things I've been through, just all the places that I've, all the schools that I went to, just all the experiences that I've been able to have. I'm thankful for every piece of my journey, and I think it's a huge reason to, who I am today and why I'm here. And, I'm just thankful just to be a part of this team and just to be able to play for just a great coaching staff and just with my brothers. I will always love them for life. And, obviously it just hurts, that this is just, the end of, my college career, but it's the beginning of another. And, it just hurts just having to, just know that we don't have another game, just, with my brothers. So I'm just thankful, but just in pain at the same time.
Well, Kelsey's done a heck of a job, obviously, since he got to Louisville and turned that thing back around. But they fall by 8. They're in Buffalo, Michigan State, onto the Sweet 16. You see the other matchup there with the 7-seed UCLA, 2-seed UConn. It all culminates there in D.C. in that region, Chris. We talked about Fears. We talked about all the assists and Cohen Carr and the numbers, and I'll be interested to know as we spin it forward just how deep this Sparty team can go.
Listen, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in that UConn game. Obviously, I have UConn moving on, but, obviously, and UCLA and Michigan State know each other well, being in the same league. But, how good would it be to see Danny Hurley going against Tom Izzo? No disrespect to Mick Cronin, because that would be a good one as well. But they play in the same league, and I'm sure a lot of people will be picking UConn to move on. But Michigan State has an excellent chance to advance. Again, they play within themselves. You mentioned a great, athlete in Cohen Carr in a game that he had. If they can, with the head of the snake, if they can keep Fears head in the right place. Obviously, Coach Izzo's been to 8 Final Fours. He knows how to get there. Now, getting there is very tough. Those next 2 games is very tough. But the one thing I believe, they had it with Mateen Cleaves, they had it with Tyson Walker. When they have those really good point guards, they have an excellent chance. And when Tom Izzo is at his best, when he has a consummate leader like he has right now, watch out.
For me, I hope UConn wins this because I would love to see Terrace Reed Jr., who had a monster night last night, play against this Michigan State team. Cooper and Kohler, obviously, would have their hands full. They're more of like a complementary pieces to each other, but then Terrace Reed just goes after the ball every single time. I would love to see that type of massive matchup. It's going to be physical. 2 feisty coaches that are going to be in the ears of the referees. So this is something that I hope gets done. But obviously, Mick Cronin, he's a little feisty himself, a little surly himself too. So that's a little bracket right there for themselves.
So Michigan State in the Sweet 16 under Tom Izzo for the 17th time. And now you start scoreboard watching a little bit because I think most brackets probably had Duke advancing out of this region, given that the Blue Devils were the #1 overall seed. But they're in a tie game in the second half right now with TCU. So if Duke gets eliminated from this bracket, then suddenly that opens things up for everybody. And Michigan State, just as good of a candidate as pretty much anybody else to maybe get to Indianapolis.
40-40 in that game. There you go. Look at big picture as always, GP. More to come. March Madness 360 here on CBS Sports Network with you until 8 p.m. Eastern.